On the 9th of April, Orion Community Training Center launched a new multipurpose hall and gym, which was donated by Dr. Pindolia. Take a look.
Currently, we are serving a population of over 100 children with different conditions such as autism, Down syndrome, and cerebral palsy. And most of these children are coming from very poor and humble backgrounds, as we all know about the reality on matters disability in our society.
On Saturday, 9th April, Orion Community Training Center held an official launch of new multipurpose hall and gym.
This costed us 3 million Kenya shillings. And we started with 1.3 million, but then by improving here and there, including everything, because I wanted this to be a very nice thing. This multipurpose hall can be used by Orion for many other things like wedding, for gym. During the evenings, people can come and do the gym, and also some other things, multipurpose. And whatever the income they think of should go to help these children. I don't think there is anybody who is making any income as a person there. So organizations should earn more and give the better facility to the children who they want to train.
The new multipurpose hall and gym was donated by the Muljibai Pindolia family in memory of Miss Pubai Murji Pindolia.
This facility will not only be beneficial to our students who will come here to receive physiotherapy that they urgently need, occupational therapy and speech therapy, but also it will open a new avenue for our institution to be able to generate some local income out of the hire of this particular.
I'm just trying to help the Orioni community with their work they are doing for mentally disabled children of this area. It's not only this area where I've come into contact with them. Kandara beyond Thika, I started from there 11 years back. Then I came to help in this one. And the third one they are doing in foot of Mount Kilimanjaro, the same project. The project is not just the disabled children to feed or do anything. I'm happy that they are re-establishing, rehabilitating the children who have the disability, starting from the year 5 age. And when they get bigger, 14 or 15, they start to train them on the farming.
I'm a stroke person, so they should be more accommodated than before.
From this sort of project, with the interview you are taking, I think it should initiate other people who listen to this by interview, or those who have listened here, to do something for the community.
We are coming just from a COVID period, not that it's over, but it has been very strong over the past months. Many institutions were closed down, but because of the job that we do and the trust that our benefactors, such as Dr. Pindolia, have in our institution, we have been able to keep our programs running. These are feeding programs, nutrition intervention programs for vulnerable children, and also a farming project in Masai land.
Let's take a short breather, but we'll be right back with more. Don't go too far.
We're differently abled, differently. We're differently abled, differently.
Welcome back, and you are watching Abled Differently. On the 20th of April 2022, Assist All app was launched at the Hilton Hotel. The app allows the deaf to access sign language interpreters and make communication easier. Take a look.
Persons with disabilities face a lot of barriers in our community.
People with disabilities experience barriers in accessing services that many of us have for a very long time taken for granted, including health, education, employment, and transport, as well as information.
The CEO for National Council for Persons with Disabilities says that these barriers are different.
I've never known about disability if that has not happened to me. I was among part of the society that never used to understand what disability is all about. Because I never had a family member who is someone with disability, a friend who is with disability, and I never thought I was going to be one day. And today, what we have recognized is disability is not about our impairment. It's about the barriers across many of us with different impairment. And the focus should be now how to address those impairments.
There's a real need, not just the deaf community, but that wider people with disability community. There's a need there, and increasingly there's solutions.
With the rise of digital transformation, innovators are trying to come up with solutions, and Assist All app is one of them.
Assist All app will revolutionize how the deaf participate in socio-economic development in Kenya and beyond.
I always look for inclusion in our work. I always look for innovation in our work, and I always look for impact in our work. And it strikes me that the Assist All app and this wider gathering today encompasses exactly those three I's.
Assist All mobile app operates on an affordable per second billing rated at Kenya shillings 30 per minute through its sign language interpreters who are professionals cross-cutting in all sectors.
On the 20th of April 2022 at the Hilton Hotel, the Assist All app was officially launched by Ms. Maureen Mbaka, who is the CAS, Ministry of ICT.
The mobile phone has transcended from being a communication device to a payment channel and is now an assistive technology device. Assistive technology, of course, enables people to live healthy, productive, independent, and dignified lives, and to participate in education, the labor market, and civic life. I would like to thank all sign language interpreters for the crucial role they play in the lives of people with hearing loss.
As the world is shifting to the digital space, the CAS affirmed of the government laws that have been put in place to protect the cyberspace.
Of course, the government does recognize the need to protect the cyberspace, and in that regard, we do have the Data Protection Act in place. We also have the Office of the Data Protection Commissioner to enforce the Act, and in that regard, data subjects have their rights enshrined in the Act at this time, and data holders have obligations as well.
As much as it might be assumed that many people own mobile phones, to persons with disabilities, the statistics are different.
Mobile phones, particularly smartphones, can provide services in a much more effective and cost-effective way.
The mobile ownership gap in the country for people living with disability is at 11%, which means 11% less. 11% people with disabilities have 11% have less likely of owning a mobile phone. Ask yourself why. Then the gap widens even further when it comes to smartphone ownership, with about 72% of people living with disabilities are less likely to own a smartphone. And these are not numbers from the skies. We've actually done proper research on the same. And we've also seen the key barriers to digital inclusion for people living with disability include relevant content. So as you're building your solution, ensure that your solution or whatever product you're building has ideal content for people living with disabilities.
Mr. Peter Ikumilu, who was representing the Communication Authority, applauded the initiative and hinted on a plan to be more inclusive.
Television, radio, mobile, and now internet are an integral part of the fabric of society, and reasonable accommodation is called for to ensure persons with disabilities have the enjoyment or exercise of on an equal basis with others of all human rights and fundamental freedoms. It is in this view that the authority is therefore developing additional initiatives that will enhance accessibility by persons with a disability to broadcasting services.
Sign language interpreters committed to fully support the initiative and had a few inputs to make the platform even better.
So what service does it seek to offer? That is the question that we need to answer. Does it want to offer the video relay services, which includes different aspects, not only interpretation, even texts and video to speech, speech to video is still under video relay service? Does it seek to provide video remote interpretation? because that's a total different altogether. Or number 3, does it seek to offer telecommunication relay service? That is a third aspect of what AssistAll can do. But then if we think about all these and we try to bring it together, AssistAll can offer those 3 different aspects of services within the same app. So we just need to have that at the beginning so that we are able to have it as a wholesale of different services.
Let's take a look at the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities.
Kenya is indeed a signatory to the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, adopted by the UN General Assembly in 2006. The convention stipulates that persons with disabilities have a right to access to information that through different mediums, with Article 9 covering accessibility, including ICTs, while Article 30 covers television programs, films, theatre, and other cultural activities.
We wrap up at this point, but be sure to catch another episode next week. My name is Jane Theuri. Goodbye.